everyone, did you hear we're getting the Monarch print and run numbers this week? I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what Rudy from Alpha Investments said. So Monarch market update this week. This would be a pre-market update, a pre-announcement of the print run numbers. Those have not been announced yet as of the recording of this video, but I don't know when you're watching this, so I just wanted to say that. It seems weird to me that we would get print run numbers this week. It seems like May, like the release, I think it was like May 5th would be the actual 1 year anniversary. But I'm not Rudy, so I wouldn't know that. I think it seems a little early to get print run numbers. Maybe we get them this week. If we do, maybe things change, maybe things don't. This is where we are right now as this stands on April 5th before the Monarch print run numbers are released. So let's hop into a weekly market update for that. Hey, if you want access to all this stuff as a collection tracker, you can head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. We get yourself access to this collection tracker that does update in real time whenever I do videos like this. So the Monarch first edition numbers will all update and you'll see the values of your collection. You also get a discount code over at minmaxgamesfab.com, which is a great place to buy singles if that's what you are in the market for. So let's hop in and take a look at Monarch and see where the value of everything is. Right now, sealed boxes sitting at $155. I had a realization today that it's been almost a year since, not almost a year. It's been since July. This was the time that Rudy started saying that he was going to buy boxes anything under $200. This is when he said that, and the numbers kind of shot up to almost 300. And since then, it has just been a slow trickle down. And then I think around here was when he said he wasn't buying anymore, and then they've kind of sat at the 155, 160 range since then. This is the lowest box we have ever seen of Monarch, 155. Let me show you some evidence of that. You don't really need to see much evidence of it because there are a lot of boxes on TCG Player First Edition. Monarch, you've got a lot of boxes at this price point. You can right now get 13 boxes at the kind of $155 price point. Interesting to see that. It'll be interesting to see what happens here if we do get print run numbers and how this affects. I actually may take a screenshot of this. Actually, it's here for posterity. This is what is currently on TCG Player Market before the print run announcement. You can see that that's the date. That'll be interesting to see what happens post announcement if we do get that. Anyway. Unlimited boxes sitting at $65. That is below map. It doesn't really seem like much is happening to enforce that policy at this point, but that's kind of is what it is. They kind of fluctuate back and forth. I've seen a couple other stores doing some deals where you get some free stuff if you buy it. Anyway, not really that important. It's in between 65 and 75 to 80 bucks, depending on where you're getting it from. The Great Library of Solana. We had a weird sold listing of this a couple weeks ago. I just report these sold listings of things, but we reported that one sold a couple weeks ago. This is that one at $500 on March 20th. But yesterday, for my birthday, somebody purchased two in a bid. So there were two bids on this one that ended at $750. And this is I think it's a BGS 9, so that's important to note. And then there was another one that sold for $850 here. So I wanted to, this is the same day, so I went with the BGS 9 one. Also, additionally, before you criticize that, additionally, you can currently get them for $750 over on the good old TCG Player. So that's why I went with the $750 price point. That being said, Unlimited sitting at $285 for the Great Library of Solana. It is used often in that Prism deck that a lot of people think might get a little bit better, in the future. So anyway, first edition singles. Let's see, is it worth it to open up a box? A lot of softness this week in the legendaries, down 17% to an average of $153. Keep in mind, this is just looking at last sold listings on these, so a lot of the old price points that these are down by are a result of a lot of people purchasing product and purchasing decks for the competitive play season that we have seen now come to an end. So the amount of buying power that is in the market right now is just less than it was, and that's one of the reasons you're not seeing a whole lot of interest in these cards. Additionally, these are all auctions that ended, and it's important to note that Flesh and Blood auctions tend to end a little bit low. That being said, I track sold listings, and that is what we are doing. So let me show you some of these sold listings we're talking about. My mouse is being a little weird, so if it takes me a while to get there, that's why I think it's dying. Anyway, here's your Phantasmal Footsteps that's sold. So this was the previous price $262. We had one sell at $222 and then one sell at $202 this past week. I don't think there was much wrong with this, card. It seems to be a typical decent condition. It's not going to grade real well, but it's a kind of raw card. That's what this does. We track the raw pricing of the singles. So that's where you're getting that price point from. That $210. I'm grabbing a different mouse. Meanwhile, you got the Valiant Dynamo also down 27%, sitting at $173. Let me pop that one up. Here's your Valiant Dynamo that sold again on auction. This one had 28 bids, ended at $172. Valiant Dynamo is one of those cards that has been trending up as of late. So this is one of those ones where like the market just has to keep up with things, especially those people who are doing maybe some buyouts. And if they weren't paying attention at the time that these kind of listing ends, sometimes you miss out on those things. But this is what people will see when they go to show people comps on last sold on eBay. So it's important to note that. Carrion Husk down a little bit to 240. You've also got Doomsday down to 65. The other stuff staying pretty standard. Average price here at $153. All right, looking at the Majestic Cold Foils, Hexagore, the Death Hydra, sold on TCG Player this week. The supply of these is very limited, so they do tend to be kind of a little volatile. So last time we were at like $62, I think, and now this one sold for $100, so that's up 42%. Luminaris also up a little bit to 250. That is up 1.6%. Galaxy Black at 310. I did see one cheaper than that on Facebook, but I did not confirm a sale or anything like that. So sitting at 310 right now, public sold listings. Average price here at $153. Not a whole lot of movement other than that. Common Cold Foils averaging an average price of $31.75, which is down 12% this week. Time Skippers moving up. Blood Drop Brocade moving up. Ironhide Helm moving up. Other than that, most things trending down. Dreamweavers at 45. That's a big loss. And then Ironhide at 20. Looking at your extended arts, a Mark of the Beast. There's a lot of these on TCG Player as of late. Kind of the price is just not holding up to the volume that is being put on the market. So latest one sold for $50. Lumina Ascension is up 25% to 140, and then your Herald of Erudition is a card that is very sought after. A lot of people like to bling out those Prism decks, and that one is holding the biggest premium at 200. Rainbow Foil Majestics are up 24%. Super interesting to see some of these pumping this week. You've got the Tome of Divinity up $30 to $39, which is up 106%, up $20. Deep Rooted Evil also up. You've got Herald of Erudition up. A lot of movement on a lot of these cards. Really interesting to see that. Your most expensive Rainbow Foil Majestic right now is still Celestial Cataclysm, which is at $55, but Tome of Divinity is making a run for the money. Your least valuable Dimensional Crossroads, Bolting Blade, Mutated Mask, Shadow of Plasmahet, and Tear Limb for Limb. Cards that lost some value are Exude Confidence and Soul Shield. Kind of interesting to see that. Your regular Majestics, though, are down 20%. It makes no sense to me. To an average of $2.75. No real huge things to talk about. I think we're just kind of in one of those limbo places where people, again, are not necessarily building decks right now. They have their decks ready. Maybe they were anticipating some sort of announcement. Maybe we do see some movement here in the next couple weeks as people are building up decks. But I kind of doubt it. I think people probably just kind of have the decks that they want for their competitive scene. So, all right, let's hop in. Rainbow Foil Rares are down to $1.25. Regular rares are an average of 23 cents. Rainbow foil commons at 75 cents, regular commons at 7 cents. That puts your expected value here if you're going to open up 40 boxes and not be able to sell the commons, you're at $150, which is what the price of the box is. The price of the box is starting to look accurate to me on what they are. Now I know everybody wants it to be, $1,000. I get it. We all want that. Trust me, I've got a big Monarch bag. But we're sitting at $150 in expected value. The scary thing is if this starts affecting the rest of them, this is going to be, the print run announcement is going to be super interesting. Anyway, no Fabled. This is if you open up like a case, you're sitting at $131. And then if you just open up a box, you don't have that case premium or that 40 box premium, you're sitting at $80. You can see how much value the Legendary adds to this market. It's crazy. All right, let's talk a little bit about Unlimited. Footsteps down 20% to 160. Valiant Dynamo down 18% to 130. This is going to be an issue in Flesh and Blood, I think, over time. Whenever we have the end of a major event schedule, that is the time to start buying some things if you care about like investing in these unlimited sets and that kind of thing. Because anytime a set kind of or a competitive scene kind of ends, we tend to trend downwards in price. I don't know if like people, like you can make an argument to me that people invested in and kind of bought out the market on Phantasmal Footsteps. Maybe the investors wanted some of this action, or maybe it was just player base. But a good time to buy tends to be like 2 months or 2 weeks before the big, huge Pro Tour season. And then you've got a long time where prices are kind of stable up at that higher price before tanking at the end of that Pro Tour season. Interesting things to look at. Rainbow Foil Majestics down 6% to $4.34. No huge things to talk about here. Regular Majestics to $2.37. No real huge separation between first edition and Unlimited. It's kind of crazy. There's no real huge change here. Rainbow Foil Rares at 63 cents. Regular Rares at 14 cents. Rainbow Foil Commons, this doesn't really matter, at 45 cents. All right, so your EV here, if you don't have your regular commons, you're selling 40 boxes, is sitting at $73. If you open up a case here at $66 and just a box here at $35. Unlimited seems to be not as worth it to open as first edition right now, based on the box prices. If you have to pay map pricing on this, you're gonna lose out on about $10. $5 if you open 40. If you open first edition 40 boxes, you're basically making what you would make if you sold all the boxes. So interesting stuff. I think the biggest note is that we might get the print run announcements this week, and all this stuff could change. It'll be really interesting, and maybe we'll revisit this next week if we do get the print run announcements. But all that being said, if you want access to this as a collection tracker, you can head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Get yourself access to that collection tracker that does keep track of the value based on these videos, and then you get your Discord server and your MinMax Games Fab discount code, and we have a great time in the Discord server with regular events and all the fun that we get to have. Anyway, I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. Let me know what you think the print run numbers are for Monarch in the comment section below.